welcome back to the channel. I'm Tim, the truck is Daisy, and we're hauling paws. We transport RVs all over this beautiful country of ours, and they pay us for it. It's amazing. This time, we're talking about what apps I use on my phone. Stay tuned a lot. What apps do I use on my phone every day while I'm out on the road? Or I'll get specific questions about what app do I use for this, or what app do I use for that, or whatever. So I'm going to go through my phone and show you all the apps that I use while I'm on the road. So let's switch over to the phone view. Okay, so let's take a look at all the apps that I have on my phone. Now this is the main screen of my iPhone, and these are the apps that I use the absolute most. I'm just going to start at the top left, and I'm going to start at the top left and work across, and I'll just go down and down and down and just kind of explain what I use most of them for. The first one at the top is Trucker Path. You can use it to find way stations and rest areas and things like that. Mostly I use it for finding a place that you can park with the truck. So if I'm loaded, then I can find an easier place to park. One of the things that you can find are way stations that are closed, and then if the way station is closed, then you can pull in the back and just park at a way station and set up camp for the night. So that works really good. I don't really use it for finding fuel and stuff like that much. It's just really good for finding parking spots. Next one is Gas Buddy, and that one a lot of people know about. Gas Buddy is one of those ones where you can find cheap prices for gas. In this industry, fuel is our single largest expense, without exception, unless you have a really crazy truck payment. But even then, I don't think it would be your largest. Even if you had a $2,000 truck payment, I don't think it'd be your largest expense. I think fuel would still be more expensive unless you're only doing 1 or 2 runs a month. But it can help you find some fuel that might not show up on your discount card, like your EFS or your ComData. So I keep an eye on it. Costco is the same way. I look up the Costco's to find the local places that have fuel, and like that one coming up in Davenport. Oh, that's premium. It doesn't have diesel. So you can filter it for just by diesel. Back, where were we at? We were somewhere back here. Right there. I think it was the one in Lincoln. Yeah, diesel was $4.19, so that's not a bad price. You can find cheaper fuel if you're a Costco member. Mudflap, most everybody knows what Mudflap is. It's a way to find cheaper fuel also, or fuel discounts. I haven't had much luck finding like actual fuel discounts on the Mudflap app, but you can find them from time to time. You can find a few that are a little bit cheaper. There's one down here that's $4.40. So, or I clicked on the wrong one, but it's $4.49 there. So you can find it. It's at mom and pop stores. Now, sometimes with the EFS card, if you go into a mom and pop store, it will not charge you the right amount because the updates, the price updates aren't correct. These, it's a little bit different. You actually pay through the app, so you show them your code. You have to go inside, show them the code, go outside, pump, come back in and get your receipt. So Mudflap, I keep an eye on all those apps to just see if wherever I happen to be, there might be a place to get it a little bit cheaper. And sometimes, you might find it 75 cents or $1 cheaper. It might be worth it to go a little bit out of the way so you can fill up. Next one is Flying J. That's pretty self-explanatory too. If you're doing this, you should be using these apps so you can build up points, get free stuff. They give you discounts on drinks and free drinks and all kinds of different things. You can book showers through here. I use it to pay right through the app. So I'm not actually at a pilot right now, so it won't let me click the pay at the pump, but you pay at the pump, you enter your mileage, your driver number's already in there, your credit card's already in there, everything's already in there, so you don't have to get out to the pump and do that stupid, do you want extra items from inside, what's your mileage, what's your driver's number. You don't have to do any of that. And these next 4 apps that I'm going to be talking about all have pay through the app capability. So you just operate the app, it gives you a code, you go over to the pump and you punch in your personal code to get fuel that one stop. What that helps with is you don't have to take your card out and stick it in the machine. In a lot of cities, they're having a lot of problems with skimmers being installed on any of the swipey machines. So anywhere you stick your card, it could have a device installed on the keypad that reads your card information and your PIN, and then they can steal your money. So try to avoid sticking your card in any place that it shouldn't be. Or grab the end of it, pull on it really hard, see if it'll come off, the part where you stick your card in. Just YouTube skimmers and you'll see there's all kinds of different styles. So just be careful out there with your card. The next one's the Petro. It's also TA. So it does all the same things. You can book showers, you can pay through the pump, you can redeem your points to buy things in the store, things like that. Love's is exactly the same way. Love's has a little nicer map feature if you're trying to find stores. So it gives you this map feature, and then you can click on it and then see what it has, how many showers does it have, how much parking does it have. You can also book premium parking through these apps. A lot of truck stops will have a place where you can pay whatever, $10, and book a parking spot. So if it's really busy, if you're in a really busy place, maybe, I don't know, Albuquerque or something like that, then you could book a parking place through it. Quick Rewards, it's the same thing. You can look up the gas stations out there. You can click on them. You can figure out what the details are, how far they are, what the fuel prices are on it. What do they want for? They want $5.04 for winterized diesel, or $4.89 for regular diesel. Whatever, but you can look up the prices on there if they are not showing up on your EFS or COM data. Dropping down to the next one is Easy Pass. I use that a lot because you got to take care of your tolls, turn in your paperwork, and be reimbursed for all the stuff. So for Easy Pass, it'll load up the Indiana toll road thing, and then you can log in to your account. Now from the login of your account, you can click the little menu thing up here, and then you can go to reports, and then you can go to recent transaction history, and then you can scroll down and you can look at all of your tolls that you had in the past. So you can screenshot these and turn them in for your paperwork. Then I have Sirius XM. It's just, if you have a Sirius XM subscription, then you can use it through your phone. So I do that a lot because you can play repeat songs from way back or shows that you wanted to listen to way back. It's kind of like podcasts, so you can do that. Then there's Amazon Music, and a lot of people don't know, if you're an Amazon Prime member, you get Amazon Music Basic for free. So you can go into Amazon Music and you can play music for free. And everybody knows that we drive a lot of miles. We're listening to a lot of different music, a lot of podcasts, a lot of things like that. So you can go through and you can just scroll through whatever you want and listen to whatever you want. You'll find some songs are premium only, but there are thousands and thousands of songs that you can play. Audible, audiobooks, I mean, that's pretty basic too. There's a lot of them. If you have the regular subscription, there's a lot of books that are just free. You just click, when you're searching, you just click on the thing included with my membership, and then you get it. The Notes app, I keep a lot of information in the Notes app to keep my stuff organized. I have things like my vehicle identification number. I have the license plates for the truck and my transport plate numbers in case I need those. I have phone numbers and addresses that I don't want to put in my contacts because I don't use them all that much. I keep all my logins for all the weird stuff like the Arizona DOT and the Idaho DOT and the Scale app, things that I don't use a whole lot, but I don't want to, and I'm not going to remember the password because they make you do a password all weird. So I put all that kind of information in there. I also have pictures of the front and back of all of my credit cards that I have in my wallet. So in case I lose my wallet, I still have pictures of everything that I had in there so that I can contact those companies and cancel what I need to cancel. I have it password protected, so if you click on it, it's going to ask for a password. So, and I have an iPhone, so it's way harder to hack anyway. Google Maps is also self-explanatory. Everybody uses Google Maps, or just about everybody. The next one is the Garmin Diesel app. Now, the Garmin Diesel app is connected to my Garmin Diesel OTR 700. I love that GPS. I'm going to do a review on it. There's a lot of really cool features in it. But what I do mostly, or a lot with that Diesel app is when I get a dispatch, let's see, I'll click on where my dispatch is here. So I'll click on my dispatch and then I'll scroll down to where I'm going. See where I'm going. I'm going to Camping World, that's Sunshade Lane. But I will copy that address and then I go over here to my Diesel app and I paste it into here. And I tell it go, and it sent it to my GPS. And now up here on my GPS, it's calculating.
Please drive to highlighted route.
So now I'm all set to go. I don't have to type in an address or anything. It's just copy paste and it goes there with Bluetooth or whatever. Next one's the Weather Channel. Obviously, we got to watch the weather. We've got some nastiness coming through the country right now. And you got to constantly be on top of the weather doing this job because there are bad places to go and good places to go. And if you end up in a bad place, then it's not going to be any fun. So we were hiding from that storm that's down there in Charlotte right now. It kind of moved on. Actually moved pretty fast overnight. It was just stalled right over Mississippi and it went all the way to the northern part of Michigan. So now it's moved out of the way. We're on a 34-hour reset right now, so we'll be leaving tomorrow morning, and then we're going to be heading to Virginia. So use the weather app to stay updated on that. The DMA app, I'm not going to open the DMA app. That's the driver mobile app. It's for my company, for Wave. It's where I do everything in. It's a cool app. It's got a lot of cool features, and it works really good for me. Some people have a hard time with it, but I don't. I don't seem to find it very difficult to use. But it's where you go and look at the load board, you book your loads, you can click on it, the thing, call your dispatcher. Then there's a whole lot of communication that comes from Wave to us about loads that are available, loads that are paying more, fees that have been dropped to get these other loads moved. So there's the news, there's safety videos in there that they put out every once in a while that we have to watch. There's all the submissions that I have to do are through that. So if I get a new registration for the truck, because it expires, or I get a new insurance proof, or I get a new DOT physical, or the truck gets a new DOT physical, take a picture of it, send it through the app. It's really easy. When you get your load, you take your pictures, send them all through the app. There's no email, text messages, all that stuff. It's all through the app. When I deliver the load, I take a picture of the paperwork, send it through the app, and I get paid. So everything goes right through the app. The next thing is the EFS card control. That's my payment card. My company uses EFS. Some companies use Comdata. Some other companies use different things. But I can check my balance on how much I have on my EFS card, transfer money to my bank. I can also, that's also where you go in and you can plan a route and see where the cheap fuel is along your route. So I do that a lot. I'll put in here and then I'll put in Goshen and then I'll plan where I want to stop because I want to stop at the cheapest places always. Wind compass. A lot of people use Wind Compass and a lot of people know about it, but there's still a lot of newer people that don't know about it. Wind Compass is not a forecasting tool. It's a tool that tells you what your wind is right now, where you're at. So it just kind of gives you what your gusts are and what your actual number is. And then the next one is Wendy. That's a forecasting tool. You can look at what the wind is in the country, You can set it up for gusts or you can set it up for sustained, and then you can scroll ahead and see what the weather's going to be, what the wind's going to be like in the future. So last time I looked, there was some bad stuff coming out here in the western part. When was that? Saturday. There it starts to get, oh, there it is. So there's some, this is Sunday at 2 o'clock, and the forecast for there is like, there's 50-mile-an-hour winds up there. Down here in southern, 47 mile an hour. So it allows you to forecast what the wind's going to be days out, or at least about. It's not 100% accurate, but it is a forecasting tool, and you really got to watch the wind. Then the next is Keep Trucking. Everybody knows what Keep Trucking is. It's our electronic logs. We don't do paper logs. We do it on the Keep Trucking app. Now the next page are just some things that I use sometimes. eBay and Amazon I order parts through, so if I'm on the road I can order a part, have it delivered home. Weigh My Truck is the scale app. You pull into a CAT scale, punch in your stuff here, and you can pay for the weighment or the weigh through the app. Then I use booking.com if I'm going to get a hotel, if I'm doing a 34 someplace and I just really want a hotel, or if I get jammed up somewhere and I'm going to get a hotel, I use booking.com to book hotels cheaper than you can just call in and get it. Wyoming 511 is the Wyoming road condition app. So if you're going to Wyoming, you really want this app because it will tell you, and right now everything's green right now, so that's good, but it will tell you if the roads are closed and why they're closed, what the condition is. Is it high wind? Is it closed to high profile vehicles? So if you're coming back unloaded, you'll still be able to make it through. But if you're coming through loaded, then maybe you might not be able to come through. But you can click on little things and see road closed. It's a seasonal closure. Okay, so that's probably something snow related up there. But sometimes you'll see these things where everything between Cheyenne and Laramie will be, or Rawlings will be red, and it'll just be closed. You can't go through. So other states have that app, but the Wyoming one is the only one that I really use. Walgreens I use for filling prescriptions on the road, and a lot of people don't know this also. If you have prescription and you need to refill it, you can use Walgreens or even the CVS one, depending on what you use, and you can get them filled wherever you're at in the country, as long as it's not one of the opioid ones or whatever. But you can get them refilled. I had to get it refilled in Ohio a couple of weeks ago because I lost my prescription. I don't know where it went, but I couldn't find it, so I had to get it refilled, and I was going through Ohio, so I had it filled in Ohio. RV Parky is for, I use it for finding places to park when I'm loaded. Unloaded, you can pretty much find a place to park anywhere, but when you are loaded, it's a little harder to find parking places. So it'll load a map, looks like this, and I mostly use it for the Walmart. Walmart in general allows overnight parking anywhere in the country, but the local city might not. So you can't always be sure that you can pull into a Walmart parking lot and be able to sleep for the night. So you can use RV Parky, and then we can click on this one, and it says yes, it allows overnight parking. But if we click on this one, it says no overnight parking. That's because whatever this little city is, East Moline or wherever that Walmart happens to be, the city has imposed a no overnight parking in parking lots. So it gives you an idea of where you can and can't park. When you're going east, that's really important because east parking is very difficult. And then the other ones are just basic, Facebook, Messenger, YouTube, that kind of stuff. Those are the ones that I use the most out here on the road all the time. And then we have the TV apps, and some of these are pretty basic. The Prime Video, Hulu, Discovery Plus, everybody knows about those, but not everybody knows about the two in the middle. Pluto is live TV, and you can click on that. I can't click on it right now because it'll stop the video, but you can watch all kinds of different TV shows, Military Channel, the Science Channel, all kinds of stuff like that. But I use it a lot for the Weather Nation. It's got like a Weather Channel station on it, and you can click on that and then just let it run like a podcast, and it will tell you the regional forecast for all the different areas in the country. and keep track of storms so that you can better plan what you're going to do next or where you're going, what you're going to do. So weather is just a big deal. And then Fossum is almost like a free Netflix. It doesn't have some of the bigger movies in it, but it's got a whole bunch of on-demand movies that you can watch, just tons and tons. And both of those are 100% free. You don't even need to make an account. You just download them and use them. There's no send your email, there's no credit card, there's nothing like that. I hope this video shows you a few apps maybe that you haven't seen. If you got some ideas, because I'm by no means know every app that's in the App Store, but if you got some really good apps that you use, then drop them in the comments and I'll check them out, because I'm always looking for something that will help do this job either more efficient or cheaper or safer. So go ahead and drop them in the comments. So my apps in a nutshell. So as always, have safe travels and I hope to see you on the road.